Of course I'm not. Maybe later. I won't be singing today, but I will be saying lots of thank yous, so let's get started. I'd firstly like to thank Mel's mum and dad, Bob and Julie, for accepting me into their fantastic family right from the start. Thank you for raising such a wonderful daughter, and of course for letting me have her hand in marriage. Thank you also for everything you've done in making today such a fantastic day for Mel and me. I remember when Mel first introduced me to her family. It was on Boxing Day a few years back, and I was extremely nervous, as you can imagine. However, you've always made me feel welcome at your home, and indeed on the canal boat. I felt very privileged being able to steer it, and I promise that next time I will not panic and scream for help. I was round again for Boxing Day this year, and we played a game called Telestration. For those that don't know it, it's basically like Chinese whispers, but on paper. So you draw something, then the next person writes that down, and then the next person has to draw what's written down, so on and so forth. But Julie had to draw a plunger. And after various sketches of block pipes and toilets, Bob passed me a piece of paper that said, "Ballcock." Now, my knowledge of plumbing equipment is ropey at best. But it's testament to how welcome you've made me feel that I was comfortable enough to pass Julie a piece of paper having simply drawn a ball, and you can guess the rest. So thank you. I can't let today go by without thanking my mum and dad for their love and support over the years, and for the way that they have welcomed Mel into our family. In fact, sometimes I think you love her more than they do. No, it's fantastic that you get on so well there. Thank you. Thank you also for everything you've done in helping to organise today, including the logs for the centrepieces on the tables. A few trees at Chateau Kirkland were felled for those, sanded, varnished and personalised by Mum and Dad, so thank you. And confetti as well. Thanks. To summarise the past 33 years and everything you've done for me would be impossible. But I will simply say this. You are the most selfless people I have ever met. You work so hard to give both Sam and me all the opportunities in the world. And you've always put us first. I never say it, but I hope you know how truly grateful I am. I sincerely hope that some of it at least has rubbed up on me, and that Mel and I can do the same for our family one day. I really couldn't have asked for better parents, thank you. I should. Thanks guys for your help throughout today. That was a bit more than I first realised, but thank you. And thank you for organising Memorable Stag in Dublin. A mild form of hypothermia is a small price to pay for a great weekend. And a few compliments on my legs. Lots, we've been through a lot together. School, uni, Deloitte, and a lot more along the way. Thank you for being a great mate. Thank you for being a great mate as well on Lamprey. And also, thanks for getting me home on nights out. Right. Now on to Melanie, my new wife. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you for all the hard work that you've put into planning today, organising nearly everything. I'm also sorry for thinking it's a really good idea to buy a house at the same time, and just adding that little bit more stress. Secondly, I'd like to tell you how beautiful you look today. You lit up the room when you walked down the aisle. I'm so grateful that you swiped right. You've changed my life. You've changed my life completely, and you make me smile every day. The first time I met Mel was in a pub in Birmingham, and it quickly became apparent that we had a lot in common. So it's no surprise that on our first date we stayed out until 3 a.m. In fact, over the course of the next 5 or 6 dates, I've never had so many drinks for the road. You only have to be in a room with Mel for 5 minutes to realise why I love her. And in truth, those drinks for the road were simply because I wanted to spend as much time as possible with her.
Aww.
Some of you, especially from my side, will know Mel as the funny, happy-go-lucky party animal with a penchant for falling asleep at weddings. But not many of you will know the kind, caring, intelligent, thoughtful, hard-working and ambitious Mel that I know. You truly are the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Wow.
Not long into our relationship, I decided to do a cycling and running challenge. In fact, most of you sponsored for me, thank you. And when I told people what I was doing, the reaction I got was invariably one of laughter and disbelief. But when I told Mel, she said, okay. And then she booked a trip for us both to Bristol, borrowed a bike from a friend, and cycled with me all the way from Bristol to Bath and back again. That's just what she's like. Mel, today you look simply stunning. I've never seen you look as beautiful as you do tonight. It's hard for me to express how much I love you in such a short space of time. So I'll do my best over the next 60 years to show you.
Oh.
On to the bridesmaids. Rachel, Sarah, Lisa, Fee and Ellie. Who I'm sure you will agree look beautiful today. Thank you ladies for your love and friendship. To both Mel and me. You mean a great deal to us both, but especially Mel. Ellie, if she's still here, thank you for doing such a good job leading everyone down the aisle. Lisa and Fee, thank you for organising what sounds like an amazing hen do in Manchester. And Rachel and Sarah for resurrecting Sandy and the Pink Ladies in Coventry. I would also say thank you for getting Mel on time at the wedding, but I'm no doubt that she'd have been rushing you. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in standing to raise a toast to the bride? To the bridesmaids.
What is it?
Right, that is enough for me. I'll hand you over to our best man, Sam. But before I do, let me tell you a bit about him. When I told Sam that I wanted to propose to Mel in New Zealand, those that know him will not be surprised by the fact that he was far more stressed about the whole thing than I was. However, he was very helpful in letting me know different locations, and even let me know that the date I'd originally picked was Friday the 13th. He's always been there to look after me growing up, and I know he'd do anything for me, and I could not have asked for a better big brother. Last Saturday aside. The good thing about your brother living in New Zealand, though, is that you get 2 stag do's, so thanks for organising a great day, gentlemen. Sam's a very good bloke to know because he works in the wine industry. In fact, he had a hand in ordering the wines that we're drinking today. However, part of his job does involve tasting wine, and I must admit, I've never seen him spit it out. Therefore, as you can imagine, his recollection of certain events can be somewhat hazy. Please keep that in mind over the next few minutes. So, without further ado, I'd like to pass you over to my brother and best man, Sam.
I might have a few technical issues. I've got the same problem with Paul. So, before we go anywhere, I'd just like to thank my parents for being so selfless last Saturday. Pretty full on Saturday, 7 PM, but thank you. Right, there we go. behalf of Sarah, Rachel, Lisa, Fiona, and Ellie, I'd like to thank Tom for his kind words. Ladies, you really do look lovely today. For those of you who were listening to Tom, I'm Tom's younger-looking older brother, and I do indeed live in New Zealand. When Tom asked me to be his best man tonight, 2 songs came to mind. The first was "You've Got a Friend" by Carole King, and in particular the words, "Winter, spring, summer or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there." I didn't actually think he'd be stupid enough to call me in the middle of winter. 40-degree heat wave, the hottest month ever recorded in New Zealand, a new deck, hammock, barbecue, you name it, I'm missing it. Cheers, mate. The second song was, well, I'm sure you'll work this out. "The road is long, with many a winding turn, that leads us to who knows where, who knows when." Now this sums up Tom nicely. His sense of direction is simply appalling. Up until recently, he thought Tamworth in Arden and Tamworth were one in the same place. Spelled completely differently, 30 miles apart, and just a dirty great big city in between. What a mistake to make. In a brief career as a delivery driver of the finest wines in Birmingham, he went missing in action for 5 hours. His excuse? "I only know my way around by taxi." That particular branch were only too happy to transfer him out to Leamington and cover Kenworth. Always one to learn a quick lesson, he subcontracted map reading duties out to our mum. Going east on the A45, just outside Coventry, he exclaimed, "I know where I am. This leads to Dudley, doesn't it?" But I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. Simply not true. From birth, Tom's always been a bit chunky. Chubby legs, ample backside. In fact, not much has changed. On his recent trip to New Zealand with Mel, Tom's plans to propose on a romantic horse ride around Queenstown were scuppered. He was told he was too heavy for the horse. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. Now this is true. Whenever Tom was in pain, I was the first on the scene, first responder, and like a paramedic. Like when a seesaw smashed into his face, causing extensive bruising, only minutes before we were having a family photo shoot. I was there for him. I protected him, put him in the recovery position. Mainly because it was me who pushed the seesaw in the first place. However, at no point was my level of concern for Tom's mental health higher than when I received a call from him 3 years ago, telling me he was going on a date. He sounded excited. "Oh yeah, mate? Yeah? What's she like?" "Oh, lovely personality. Nice, yeah? Likes a drink?" "How tall is she?" 5'3". Okay. And get this, mate, she's got celiac disease. My concern turned to despair. I immediately phoned Mum and demanded her whereabouts. Only to be told she was actually at home watching Strictly. So it was true, there really was another woman in Tom's life. No burden is he to bear, we'll get there, for I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. Tom's third year at uni was spent in Normandy, France, where he certainly fitted in. He joined the top local rugby team to great fanfare. Thomas, oui, Thomas, il joue bien, oui. They all cried. Only for him to hurt his foot the first and only training session and spend the next couple of months on crutches. Thankfully, all medical bills were paid for by the rugby club, and unusually the French system. An ever-popular member of the squad, he gained 4 stone. Yes, 4 stone. Eating fine French cuisine and racked up a, to date, still unpaid bar tab in a local drinking hole. On one of my visits over, well, I discovered the bar had gone bankrupt, so we had to party in his apartment. A misjudged attempt to impress the local ladies saw us recreate the lift from Dirty Dancing. The results were, as you can imagine, disastrous. A slip disc for me, a broken sofa, and a lost security deposit for our dad. But you never know, he has lost a lot of weight. I'm feeling a bit strong tonight, it could make an appearance. If I'm laden at all, I'm laden with sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled with the gladness of love for one another. I was always aware that Tom had made a pact with an acquaintance, that if they hadn't married by the time they were 35, they would get together themselves. So you dodged a bullet there, Phil Evans.
A man.
So as some of you will know, Tom met Mel on an internet dating website. I'm pretty unfamiliar with web dating, having met my wife through personality and good looks. So I decided to do some research. You can imagine my surprise when the website describes itself as the world's largest social networking app for lesbian, bi, gay, and trans people. Well, I thought when you're in there. Anyway, having got over the initial shock, I thought, do you know what? I need to embrace this. He's my brother. After all, if that's what they're into, so be it. Modern world, 21st century and all that. I do know Tom really is into his spa days now, regularly getting a pedicure and what they call in the industry, I believe, a back sack and crack. And this is from a man who only beauty tip was don't wipe your bum with a Dettol disinfectant wet wipe. But with all that in mind, I thought a great way to demonstrate my acceptance of this whole situation would be to reproduce pictures of his online profile for you all to see exactly what Mel saw in Tom. So if you have a bag by your chair with a note from me on, could you please pass it around? Put all the contents to dash over and have a look at. So stop everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed they actually met on Tinder, not Grindr. Apparently Tinder is a completely different thing. But looking at the pictures, you can see where I was coming from, right? It's a long, long road from which there is no return. While we're on the way to there, why not share? And the load doesn't weigh me down at all. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. Some of you who know Tom might think this speech is a bit tame, but there are family and ladies present. I could have mentioned the night he tripped over whilst running down the street, naked, and graced his old chap. Let's just hope that's healed. But I didn't mention it. Or I could have mentioned the time he came out of the gents' toilet, walked through a crowded hotel reception with 10 litres of toilet roll hanging from his crack. Bearing in mind this was in the time before the spa visits. Felt perfect. But I didn't. All joking aside, Tom is, despite the distance we live apart, still my best man, as I'm sure he is to a lot of people here. He will do anything to help you and goes out of his way to make everybody happy. And that's why it's so special that in Mel, he's met his true soulmate. I think you all agree Mel looks beautiful today.
Yes.
But it's not only that, it's her great sense of fun. It's infectious. I really noticed it when they were in New Zealand with us. She really does make Tom the happiest man alive. He's like a new man. Marriage is indeed a long road, but if they share the load, share the laughs, they'll share a wonderful future together. And on that note, would you all please be upstanding for a toast? To Tom and Mel.